the stone. To the surface.
The surface, young lady. How will you survive? Surely you know your line is bound beneath the earth. Your strength is better spent against our foes down there.
Onward. Oh, what? Get shocked. That was careless. Can't. How can I? No! Return to Shadow now.
Just a moment. You traveled to the surface, knowing full well the fates decided long ago that those of your line could not survive there and would always be forced back to the underworld.
Their curse was palpable. I never intended to stay for long, just long enough to lend my relatives support. But it seems your sisters insist that I do no such thing.
Well, I don't see them around right now, do you? Incidentally, there was once an incantation that I happened upon, which was not intended for my eyes. But I now choose to think that it was intended for yours. Farewell.
Unraveling a fateful bond. I couldn't breathe. The way you can breathe out of water, so too could I breathe the surface air.
Princess.
Thank you for visiting me last night, Lord Moros. So, hypothetically, if I were to complete a certain incantation that somehow loosened the grip the three fates have on my birthright, how angry would they be?
Please understand, Princess, that I am not at liberty to give advice on matters such as that, not even hypothetically. I trust I've been sufficiently direct in putting it this way?
In other words, we shouldn't be talking about this at all, and I assume all risk for my actions related to any potentially forbidden incantations that I've learned.
Yes, that covers it.
Malinoi, you visited the surface. I can't imagine that played out particularly well. At least you made it back at all.
It was draining. Even at night, something about being under the stars, I didn't know there were so many. It was more than I could take. You were right.
A lesson learned and an experience gained. The fates themselves do not want you up there. What shall you do?
I have an incantation to complete. I don't need to stay forever on the surface. I just need to hold on long enough to make it to Olympus.
Ah, then you seek to improve this aspect of yourself without rejecting it outright. I see how that may work.
It has to. can I suppress my illness on the surface? One to keep track of. What do I need? I've need of that. What to cast? To all my beast companions, near and far, let us protect each other, soul and scar.
Your intent was true.
So mote it be. This is a very special treat, Phrynos. It means you'll be protected when you're with me, and you can protect me in turn. Meet me in the training grounds. Nemesis on break, I guess.
The good witch always figured you would make your way up to the mortal realm. Once you were ready and the situation called for it. Well done.
She warded the pathway there, until such time as I had the means to pass through. The climate on the surface is another matter.
Your underworld birthright stuff getting in the way? A curse, not just a blessing, it would seem. Well, if your witchery got you this far, surely it can aid with this predicament.
That's the plan.
Not even the wiles and stratagems of that resourceful sacker of cities, Odysseus, may be sufficient to overcome the Titan of Time.
They say never to underestimate that man.
Come on.
Stay strong, my friends. May you have pleasant dreams. I have to search the depths of chaos for this. Phrynos, you're here. Which to start with? Come along.
It seems we have a new disciple. May we converse? Patience, young one. You were most brave to venture to the surface, and most foolhardy as well, debatably. Is there no incantation that could help?
I think there is, Commander. Except, it calls for reagents that can only be found up there. But how am I supposed to gather them before the incantation is complete?
Mayhaps just make a run for it, I don't know. So what if you can't stay long? Just grab what you need and get out of there.
It's not ideal, but... unfinished business here. I call upon the moon and draw you down.
You are not meant to be here, little star. Your cursed blood shall fight your every step. Yet Nyx herself would understand the struggle that you face. She too once thwarted what the fates foretold. Behold my light. Twilight curse. You have my light.
This... again... A boon.
figured that you might. It's maybe even colder here than down below, but that, at least, we can fix right away, I think.
This isn't working. Lovers. More coming. Return to shadow now. Has to be a way I can survive up there. We made it back here safe and sound, didn't we, Phrenos?
There you are.
You must remember something of life on the surface, right, Dora? Anything at all? I wonder what it must have been like.
I don't remember, and I don't wonder. Who cares? This is the life right here.
Lord Moros is away. What is all this? Disgusting.
Looky who! Miss me trouble? Thought I'd flit on over for a bit again and see how everybody's doing, since I'm welcome here and safe still, aren't I? Though it has been a little while.
It's not been long enough. Much as I wished you'd grown past your childishness, Eris, I can't imagine you've returned for any reason other than to keep it up.
What? You can't imagine I just want to visit my big sister, if not you? I get it. You're still mad I slowed you down before, but I will not do that again, I swear. So, truce?
We'll see.
Truce.
Hello, spirits. Here are the bones. Look, I do want you to feel welcome here and safe. It's not just something that we say. All of us have lost something here. May this gift of nectar show my words are true.
Wow, made with real golden apples. Thanks, babe. You're the only one who's made a real effort to bring me into the fold. Say, why don't you take this? It isn't much, but I've been holding on to it in case I found a friend.
Oh, this really isn't necessary, but, thanks. The river's overflowed back there.
You returned.
Kronos was waiting for me again outside of Erebus. This time I recognized him right away, but I could do nothing against him.
Wily bastard. Arrogant to the last. So then, he knows of you. What did he say?
He thanked the fates that we had finally met, as though he'd been searching for me all this time, and told me not to make the same mistakes as my family.
Eject that poisoned memory from your mind. He knows nothing of the fate's designs. I shall reinforce all our protective sorceries, and you... fear not your enemy. Slay him.
A word of caution, Goddess, in regard to an impediment you may confront when finally you reach the far end of the Morning Fields. Reports suggest it's some sort of infernal beast. A big one. Our shades had to stay very far away.
I can corroborate our Shade's reports, and add that this infernal beast is none other than Cerberus, my father's household pet, acting on instinct and pure rage.
I feared as much, for they said the beast had several fire-spitting maws. I don't suppose he recognized you after all this time and let you pass?
He did neither of those things. I have to help him. Does Headmistress know yet of your little excursions? Not much escapes her notice last I checked.
Strongly advise you mind your own responsibilities. Hecate doesn't control me, and you should show a little gratitude.
For what? Endangering us all? I didn't ask for your assistance, Nemesis.
Because you're weak.
Sure. Revol, the Argent Skull. I know the fury in your hollowed eyes.
Would that I could see behind me now.
Fair trade. The rod of fishing. What shall the rivers yield to us?
Do make good use of that.
Upon this cauldron by
Hello.
the will of night.
Lord Moros, you said before you think Kronos is going to influence the weavings of the fates. You mean he's going to try to change the future? Force a favorable outcome?
Yes. I think he's already trying to do just that. Unfortunately for him, the three fates can be a bit headstrong. I trust they may be quite resistant as captives.
I can't imagine Kronos tolerating insolence, whether from your sisters or anybody else. How he must hate them. When he was overthrown before, that was the outcome of a fated prophecy.
Indeed. As for now, I sense there are no weavings happening at all. No new futures foretold. Kronos believes he has no prophecy to fear. Yet I believe this is an opportunity for you to make a better future for us all.
Let me see.
You've much to learn yet from that book.
What say the Arcana? The Queen. The Huntress. Ready.
Attention! Got a silver sister on deck. Something's changed about that altar of yours recently, and you have been at it more and more, young one. Mayhaps awakened newfound power there, or what?
I've consecrated the ashes and gained insight into the potential of the Arcana, Commander. Requires a little moon dust and a lot of focus. Perhaps the other way around.
Moon dust? Think the old broker started pawning off that stuff, though I have heard it's possible a witch like you could brew it up herself. Sounds like you better stock up.
I probably should.
I almost bust.
How about...
taking Mama for a spin? Straight to the vertebrae.